Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. I'm going to begin by showing you a replay from Guan Yu from the VN server showing Athalia kind of to her full potential in a regular arena match. Let's go ahead and begin. So Athalia runs off to the side. She's being buffed up by the Elijah and Lila for more damage. She jumps into the back, gets a kill already with her vengeance charge, and then boom, another one is going to be killing two enemy heroes, including the enemy Cryanaya. And now she is jumping back to the Freya with her ultimate. It is almost a guaranteed one-shot on whoever she targets with it, and then she cleans up the twins. So while that performance looked really impressive from Athalia, we do have to keep in mind there was a Paragon disadvantage. The Athalia and Freya on our team were Paragon 2. Elijah and Lila were just Supreme Plus. The opponent were all Supreme Plus except for Rowan and Siren, who were at Paragon 1. So the Athalia had the advantage there. But that being said, Athalia still looked really dominant. She got her first kill literally just within 3 seconds, 4 seconds into the match. And that is thanks to her new Vengeance Charge ability, which is going to go off only 2 seconds into the match with the initial cooldown. But after that, she followed up, and within 8 seconds into the match, 3 enemies were dead, including the enemy Cryanaya and Rowan. And from that point on, it was just cleanup duty. And so Athalia has insane nuking power right from the beginning of the match, and really, after the buff that she got to her Vengeance Charge, having this only on a 2-second initial cooldown, this is probably the most game-changing effect, as well as the fact that overall this whole ability is on a lower cooldown as well. And that is really strong, because this is one of her most powerful abilities, basically, in the game, and what makes her such a great assassin. So, that being said, Athalia is looking strong in PvP. However, what I want to remind everyone is that even if you notice that other people in your district are pulling her, maybe they're beating your defenses with her, don't get like wrapped up in the hype, because maybe within like 1 week, 10 days, people will find counters to Athalia. That always generally happens when a new hero comes out. Like Cryanaya looked really strong when she first came out, with her especially, like obviously her Frostveil domain. However, then what we realize is later on, she has major issues surviving. And like on defense, she's easy to nuke, and then she can't even get off her combo. So Athalia is looking more foolproof compared to Cryanaya, because Athalia has damage right from the beginning of the match. However, people are already thinking of ways to somehow combat this, like maybe somehow a Brutus to tank the Athalia, although it would be difficult to make the Athalia lock on to the Brutus. And Talene as well. Talene is a great target basically to take the aggro of Athalia, and even Athalia's ultimate, it is kind of wasted when it keeps being channeled onto Talene, because that is a massive nuke, and of course Talene doesn't care if she dies one time, so you can keep reviving herself. So this is the thing. I do expect in the early days, maybe week to 10 days, Athalia is going to be looking broken in PvP. However, I want to see what happens after that point. Do people find counters, or is she truly just a game-breaking hero for PvP? That is the thing we have to keep in mind. However, she is looking very solid. After her buffs, for PvP content, I do think she's looking good. Now for Dream Realm, I want to talk a little bit about this, because I think that she's going to have she looks pretty promising for Dream Realm to an extent as well. Now, not really because of her true damage from her ultimate, because true damage is one of the weaker forms of damage in Dream Realm bosses. Basically, before getting to Endless, regular damage outshines true damage. When you get to Endless, HP per second damage outshines true damage. So there's not really an optimal point where true damage is the dominant force, and this is why Lily May has, like, people have been like, where has Lily May gone? Lily May used to be one of the strongest damage dealers in Dream Realm, and now she is completely unused in any top team, or even any top 3 team options, and it is because true damage is just inherently weak in this game. And so the true damage, even though it's a nice multiplier, it has the same problem as Valka's ultimate. So I'm not really thinking that this ultimate is going to be the game-changing thing about Athalia. What I'm thinking is that with her Vengeance Charge, now with a 480% attack multiplier, which is insane, and on an initial cooldown of 2 seconds, each time after casting her ultimate, it is going to be refreshed in cooldown. Like if you take a look at Divine Verdict, you see here, whenever she assists or defeats an enemy, which will not happen in Dream Realm for the most part, unless it's a summoning boss, or uses her ultimate, the cooldown Vengeance Charge resets immediately. And that is very powerful, right? That is going to allow her to really cycle this skill, which has a lot of damage. The other thing is, twins are the most powerful support in Dream Realm. They provide a massive haste buff to your team. Haste reduces the cooldown of your abilities. For example, if we're giving Athalia 100 haste, which is not that difficult to imagine because Athalia probably begins with some haste, the twins are going to be giving 60 just from their ultimate. If you get them her up to 100 haste, that halves the cooldown of her ability. So rather than a 7-second cooldown, it would be on a 3.5-second cooldown, and she will just literally be able to keep spamming this ability with a high multiplier. And it isn't even this multiplier. Her Divine Verdict enhances every second cast of Vengeance charge, dealing 2 straight path strike, like basically these Sacred Slashes. These will each deal 280% attack, and I'm assuming both are going to contact the boss. So like actually each second time she casts Vengeance Charge, it's not only 480, it's also 280 times 2, 560. It's like over a 1,000 attack multiplier each second cast of Vengeance Charge, which is going to be on a 3.5-second cooldown. Also reset each time she casts ultimate. So like all these things adding up together, I can actually foresee her being maybe a good damage dealer pre-endless and taking the place of Sinbad. This is what people are thinking. We're going to look at Sinbad's kit and why maybe Sinbad still is going to be taking the advantage. Sinbad is really strong. You're going to see from his duo cut ability. However, Athalia, honestly, I can see some promise with her. The only major issue is this Vanguard's renewal. This ability can have its uses for PvP with the damage reduction, health recovery. It's like kind of like a survival type ability. However, for Dream Realm, this is going to be a complete waste. Whenever you're casting this, you're just wasting time. And there's going to be some cast time on it. I think it's around 2 seconds, maybe even a bit more than that. And it's hardly going to be dealing any damage because it's AoE damage, low damage multiplier, and this is just going to be basically wasting your time that you could have just been spamming Vengeance Charge and your normal attacks and your ultimates and things like that. The other thing is, she's going to have really high crit. She has basically 70 crit when she's attacking the boss, because the boss will have the highest cumulative damage dealt. So she has just a free 70 crit. It's going to cause her to crit on pretty much every one of her attacks. That is going to enhance the damage even further. And then finally, she has a shield breaking potential. And so if there's any Dream Realm boss or Primal Lore in the future that has a shield mechanic, she is going to just shred it. The only thing I'm wondering about is for Crazed Shellbrute. You know, it does have a shield, right? But you have to deal certain multiplier of damage in order to break that shield. I don't know if Athalia, without dealing that multiplier of damage, will she be able to break the shield just from this enhanced force ability? But even if she isn't, her Vengeance Charge would be enough to break the shield. So this is really the thing about Athalia. She is looking, honestly, very promising in PvP. And you guys saw it. Within 8 seconds, she had 3 enemies killed, including the priority target. That is fast. For regular arena, that's exactly what you need. If you want to be a strong regular arena hero, you need to be killing the opponents fast. And of course, in Supreme Arena, you also need to be bursting fast. That is the whole meta right now. So Athalia has that going for her. It looked like there are windows in there where Athalia can be nuked within those first like 4 to 8 seconds. If you can kill Athalia really quickly, it's possible that you can actually win the match. However, I think it's going to be really difficult for you to kill Athalia in time before she gets 1 or 2 kills. And that's all she needs. Once she gets 1 or 2 kills on your team, she's done her job and she's probably just going to finish you off from that point. So, and then also the final fact of the matter is that she will revive with only 35% reduced attack. So 65% of her original attack, she will have that and be able to keep casting her skills as long as she is there's another surviving ally teammate on the field, because she will just be able to keep being in Spirit Lance form. So for all of these reasons, I think that Athalia is actually looking pretty good. And I am even honestly on the pay-to-win account, I'm tempted. I was already planning to take it to Supreme Plus because I want to build out all heroes for like Dream Realm showcases and things like that. Even if they have maybe some potential use. However, I'm even honestly a little bit tempted to even Paragon her, but the wise decision for mid-spenders, unless you are a complete whale who's going to be Paragoning every single hero that comes out, the wise decision is wait and see for 7 to 10 days. We will know a lot more information about Athalia at that point and make a more educated decision. However, on day 1, she is looking good. And so like, if you were already planning, you like her design, you wanted to recruit her, you want a new PvP hero, you have a lot saved up, I don't think there's anything wrong in recruiting her. However, just keep in mind, the best recommendation is always wait and see. The longer you wait, the more educated your decision is, the better your resources will be spent in this game. Now, just briefly to touch on Sinbad, like I mentioned, Sinbad, the reason why he's so strong, I'm going to show you this ability dual cut. It's on a 4-second cooldown, okay? And it has 2 hits of 240%, which is into a 480%. Enhanced Force is going to enhance this by 140% more damage. Attack multiplier. So this is going to be hitting like 600% attack multiplier. And this is on a 4-second cooldown. With haste, it's going to go down to a 2-second cooldown. And actually attack speed even reduces his casting speed. Basically, it reduces cooldowns further. So this is like on a lower than 2-second cooldown. He's just spamming duo cut. This is one of the reasons his damage output is so high. Also, Sinbad does Tracker's Instinct. That wastes his time, but it provides a useful debuff. The Vanguard's Renewal, which is like their spin attack. Athalia, that is just a waste of time without any real benefit for your team. And so that is kind of the thing. So honestly, even if Athalia is meta in Dream Realm, I don't think she's going to be that far above Sinbad. Yeah, I think overall, those are my opinions about it. You guys can comment on your opinions in the comment section down below. Do you disagree with what I have to say? Do you want to elaborate on any points? Feel free to let me know and share them in the comment section. But overall, you guys know my recommendation. It is pull if you're really interested in Athalia and you have the resources and you're a mid or above spender. If you're a light or free-to-play spender, it's a pass because she is probably not going to be very relevant for Dream Realm. And like, we never know when another game-breaking hero will be coming out. She's mainly a PvP hero, so keep that in mind if you're going to be pulling her. Don't expect her to do great things in Dream Realm. There's potential in her kit, however, nothing is proven as of right now for her to be a best option. And she could fall exactly into the same Velka trap where we thought Velka would be so good for Dream Realm, and she ended up being pretty bad. However, Velka is a lot less expensive than a Celestial Hypogean. So those are all my opinions, and of course, for her maximum effect, she will need to be at her plus 15 exclusive equipment. This is a really important ability. Having execution boosted by 50, that's 50% bonus damage to enemies who are below 50% health. That is huge. That gives her that kill pressure. And then whenever she assists with defeats or uses ultimate, she resets her vengeance strike. This is absolutely essential. If you do not have the plus 15 of Athalia, she is going to be a lot worse in PvP. So you're going to need massive investment basically to make her worthwhile there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. If you guys are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's hit it before the end of the season. But thank you guys for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.